Hello there and welcome back to Terraformental. So let's do a loop now. You awaken in a cryosleep pod. Wait, were you dead? The chill seeping through your body and fog wrapped around your mind obscures many of the details, but you definitely remember fragments of what happened. Then you realize that you still have your PDA securely strapped to your wrist. You're certain you didn't have that last time you woke up, and it even seems to have all the information you pulled on it. Here we can also see all the information already. Relatively warm but still air rushes into the pod as the door lurches open, carrying with it a variety of unpleasant smells. Everything so far is happening exactly the same, but knowing, or at least suspecting, that the life support system is wearing out and that this will be the freshest air you taste in a while is far from comforting. Explore facility. If there was any doubt in your mind, you were somehow back in the same place. It was dispelled by your brief tour of the facility. Everything is exactly as it was when you woke up the first time, including your immense thirst. When you spot the bottles of water on the table, you should probably remember to come straight here for a drink if you wake up here again. Drink water bottle. As you quickly down the bottle of water, you consider your next move. You have to assume you've somehow been sent back in time, most likely due to that artifact. With all the prior knowledge you now possess, you had already been completing your tasks slightly faster, but you realize you can go straight to the biggest problem and fix them before they get worse. Only question is, what is the biggest problem right now? Well, we need the water bottle, so we take this. And now we can actually extract water bottles. So repair generator. This does give us a bunch of water. Yeah, these are now combined. But you don't want to do this because the carbon filters are on one of them. You have the pangs of hunger. You start to feel the creeping pangs of hunger in your belly. You should probably get to the main generator repaired so you can synthesize some food. A deep tumbling rumbles all its way through the facility as the main generator starts back up. Without needing to check, you know that the food synthesizer and the floor door will be included among the systems automatically coming back. So give me food, also give me a small bottle of water, then give me force ground floor door. No, actually don't. Let's lift the lockdown first. Yeah, we get a little bit more time because it still generates oxygen. Yeah, this one is persistent, so you do it once and then it keeps its progress. Let's get the emergency suit. Then get a supply next. Right on time, you notice the air starts to smell increasingly foul, meaning that the carbon filters have failed. You're not concerned since you're already wearing the emergency suit, but you may as well keep breathing the facility's air as long as you can to conserve what's in your suit. Yeah, we queue up the air tanks as well. Yeah, more and more will combine into one. Give me 5 of those. And then hack the administrator office door. Even though we can easily break that open. But once we do that once, we don't need to do it again. We can just open the door. Yeah, now we can actually repair the rover's hull. Oh, yes, gather supplies. Yeah, we don't want to remove office power yet. Because we still need to hack the door. That's gonna take about 3 minutes. Let's do gather supplies first. Get the basic food and water pouches back up. Yeah, hacking that door actually takes a bit. Oh, these just nodes. And then the map is not really filled in yet. It's like this is one of the slowest ones, but yeah, once it's done, we don't need to do it again. And then you can just combine everything into one. Most likely. Let's get the supplies again. Because we're kind of running low on food and water. And in a way we can always survive through this, because we still have a lot of air in here. And then we also have the air tanks. Let's see, queue these up. 15 and clear. That should be all of them. So these are getting a significant speed increase. And it's done. You finally managed to crack the password to the administrator's office. You quickly save a copy to your PDA so you can just type it in next time. Grateful for that, the small device seems to be looping with you. avoiding the need for you to memorize every detail yourself. You already know what's on the computer, but the stash of protein bars on the desk should come in handy. Give me 5 protein bars. Then we get the supplies again. Then we can also queue up the non-essential couplers, because now it's all like nothing is red on there. And you can just keep the food synthesizer active, at least for now. And then you check that the pressure gauge spins upwards as you seal the final hole in the hull. Now you'll be free to take your helmet off and eat or drink, as long as you're in the rover. But you'll still need to gather the couplers and repair the power systems if you intend to go anywhere in it. Yeah, now I have to repair over power systems that we can queue up. Let's get the supplies first. Make sure we don't use up the protein bar and small water bottles, so we don't need to. So yeah, now we're actually running out of air on the station. But it shouldn't take too long to actually fix all this. Yeah, later on you will need to come back here for like different supplies and go to other stations and stuff. So keeping the food synthesizer active would help quite a bit. The rover hums to life around you as you connect the final power coupler. With the hull repaired too, plus the coordinates you remember from the computer, you're pretty much ready to go. Just make sure you've stocked enough resources before you leave. I think it's full. Oh yeah, it was right click. Yeah, so before we leave we can do another gather supplies. And then we do leave. After double checking the rover systems and your stockpile of food and water, you finally leave Teller Station behind. Settling in for the long journey you know is ahead. You stare out at the slowly passing lifeless landscape, idly wondering what you might find and when you eventually reach your target. So follow coordinates. It's like 9 seconds shorter compared to before. I might actually not go to that rover again and wait on that. Passing all the smaller support buildings and equipment again gives you another chance to examine them all. You're increasingly certain that something just isn't right about them, but you can't figure out what it is. Maybe it would be worth taking a closer look at them if you ever get the chance. For now, you have a more important target. Yeah, we're about to run out of air. So now we're actually starting to use the air under air tanks. Well, after you leave the last of the supporting buildings behind, you start keeping an eye out for the next landmark you're expecting. The derelict rover, right on cue. You see the flash of reflected sun on the horizon. Now that you know what's there and how far off course it is, you could ignore it and continue towards the coordinates. But if you're right about the artifact causing this loop, maybe you should check it out again. Yeah, so there's 30 seconds around. Or we go straight through and bypass it. Let's bypass. Because we don't have that many resources. And we're not that fast yet. With how far fast you can travel. You should always take this one first, but then you don't have enough time to get to the station. So you basically die before that time. Because this actually takes a bit. Because then derelict rover, then you need to come back. So in a way you lose about a minute or so. Now in theory we should actually be able to get to this station before we actually die. But yeah, we're already on the small water bottles, which is a problem. And this still takes a minute. At least once this is done once, it saves us like a bunch of seconds to get through it next time. Give me 2 air tanks. Yeah, now we're actually running low on water again. Got it. At the crest of a steady hill, you're finally able to look down into the following valley. At the target of the coordinates you've been trying to reach, another terraforming facility despite being the same type as the one you left. This one looks very different. Having been heavily and haphazardly modified, you can barely even make out the name Lorien Station on the outer wall. You'll have to get closer to learn more. Takes about 45 seconds. We might still not survive this. Because I think this takes way too long to get through. So I'm guessing you're still supposed to not survive this. So we're able to get here. Drive carefully to avoid the numerous hastily built structures around the base of the station. You're able to get a closer look at them. They seem to be exceedingly basic habitats. Many of them already showing signs of depressurization despite only being a few weeks old. None seem to be occupied. Vehicle bay in 10 seconds, we have about 30. And I'm pretty sure we need to leave the rover to even get in. All the vehicles are able to connect with any nearby facility, allowing them to remotely control and run diagnostics on some systems, including the vehicle bay doors. Yet for some reason you can't connect to this facility at all. The only reason you can think of are that the short range comms are down, or that all the power is down, including the backups. Either way, you're going to have to leave the rover here for now and use the personal airlock. That takes 5 seconds, we have about 20. Funsies. Well, time to die. Takes a minute, takes 20 seconds, we don't have 20 seconds. Airlock takes about 10 seconds, so I'm guessing we can go in and then die. Since the controls on the airlock aren't responding either, you have to resort to the manual controls. Slower and more hard work, but guaranteed to work. A small blast of air rushes out of the facility and the airlock grinds slowly open. Not enter vehicle bay and we're gonna die in the entrance. Because we do not have enough water. And we're dead. So yeah, let's end the episode here. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next